Hello to all of you. So in previous lecture, we started second chapter that's called water requirement of crop. Clear? So in this session, we will continue this chapter that called water requirement of crop. And the last topic was that consumptive use of water. Clear? So you already understand what is the consumptive use. And in this lecture, we discuss some method to find out consumptive use. Clear? So there are two types of method. We already discussed that. First one, direct measurement method and empirical formula. Clear? So obviously we thoroughly discuss of direct measurement method. Clear? Empirical formula is not important to our syllabus, so we can move to direct measurement method. So what is the first method that called tank and lysimeter method? Clear? So there are two methods. First one tank method and second one lysimeter method. So first one, tank are 1 to 3 meter in diameter and 2 to 3 meter deep. Clear? This is the dimension of particular tank. So the consumptive use of water determined by measuring the quantity of water required to supply to maintain satisfactory growth of plant within the tank. Clear? So in this method, the we consider one tank which is open from one side and closed from the bottom and other two sides. Clear? So you can supply water as per the requirement of that particular crop, and you can easily find out how much water required to particular growth of crop. Clear? So this is the tank method. And what is the dimension? The 1 to 3 meter diameter and 2 to 3 meter deep. And second method that's called a lysimeter. So lysimeter is similar to tank method, but what is the difference between them? So in this lysimeter, that have pervious bottom, clear. But in tank method, the bottom is closed. But in lysimeter, that have pervious bottom, like this. And that then we supply water to the particular crop, and the remaining amount of water, like we supply 50-liter water to particular crop, and he absorb 30-liter water. Clear? And remaining amount of water, which is 20-liter, which is collected by the pan. So we can easily calculate by this method. That's called a lysimeter. Clear? So the consumptive use equals to the difference water applied and the collected in part. So 50 minus 30 is equals to 20. So the 20-liter is the consumptive use, that called otherwise 20 centimeter depth. Clear? So in consumptive use, otherwise we supply an amount of water which can measure in depth. Clear? I give one type of example for understand. This is a tank and lysimeter method. Second one, field experiment method. Clear? So in field experiment method, that consider a one field to find out consumptive use of water. But in this method, that particular field have no runoff, clear, and no percolation. So how much amount of water is applied is equals to direct consumptive use of water. That called a field experiment method. Clear? Then third one, soil moisture study. So in soil moisture study, that have a condition like water table is very deep and also no percolation. Clear? And that soil which is uniform throughout that particular area, which we consider to experiment or to measure that particular consumptive use. Clear? So that soil moisture find out before and after the watering. Clear? So we can easily find out by this method. Clear? Like uh, we consider a plot A. Clear? That plot A have soil moisture which is a 20 centimeter, and after we supply a water, then the soil moisture increase which is 50 centimeter. Clear? So the difference is equals to 30 centimeter. So that 30 centimeter called so consumptive use of water. Clear? Then fourth one, which is called as fourth method, integration method. So that integration method is a large area. In this method, a large area of this land is selected for studies. Clear? So this is the advantage, and the total area is divided into sub area under crops that called A1, natural vegetation that called A2, water ponds that called A3, and bare land that called A4. Clear? So the total summation of integration method this called DWA means depth of water into area is equals to depth of water 1 into A1, depth of water 2, A2, depth of water 3, A3, depth of water 4, A4. Clear? So what is the depth 1? Depth of water 1 that called a consumptive use of water of crop. And what is it 2? That called consumptive use of water for natural vegetation. Then what is the 3? That evaporation from the water surface. Clear? Means how much depth of amount of evaporate that particular area. Then what is the 4? That called evaporation from the bare land. Clear? That called a wasteland. So next one, inflow and outflow study. So in this method, annual consumptivity of water is found for large area. Clear? So this method is used to find out annual consumptivity, means 12 month. Clear? And it is used for large area. So that annual consumptive use is given by that called U is equals to I plus P plus GS minus GE minus R. So what is I? So I call total inflow during 12 months. P is equals to yearly precipitation on the area. That JS means groundwater storage at the beginning of the year, and GE means the groundwater storage of the area at the end of the year. Clear? And R is equals to yearly outflow from the area. So that all volumes are measured in hectare into meter. Clear? So this is the formula to find out annual consumptive use of water. Clear? Which is very important for your competitive exam. Clear? Please remember that formula. U is equals to I plus P plus GS minus GE minus R. Clear? And remember that the all area which is measured in hectare into meter. Clear? This is a 5 method to find out consumptive use of water. Clear? The next topic is irrigation efficiency. So what is the irrigation efficiency? You know that the meaning of efficiency means output divided by input. But in the terms of irrigation, the ratio of the quantity of water actually used for a specific purpose. Clear? So how much amount of water used for specific purpose to the how much amount of water applied a certain period. Clear? Like there are various types of efficiency in this topic. Clear? So you know that the always we express efficiency in percentage form. Clear? So that called irrigation efficiency. Like 45%, 50%, 15%, 25%, again 15%. Clear? So that 15% that called conveyance losses. Clear? Then crop loss, distribution loss, and application loss. Clear? There are 6 types of losses. There are 6 types of efficiencies. First one, water conveyance efficiency, water application, water use, water storage, water distribution, and consumptive use. Clear? So this one is very important to find out short example. Clear? To find out short value. Done? So that first one, water conveyance efficiency. So what is a water conveyance efficiency? That is denoted by eta C. So what is eta C? That is equals to quantity of water diverted to the field divided by quantity of water diverted into the canal from river or reservoir. Clear? Multiply 100. So we have the total that two values. So we can easily find out water conveyance efficiency. Otherwise, the definition is like that: the ratio of quantity of water diverted to the field to quantity of water diverted into the canal from reservoir or river. That ratio, that efficiency called water conveyance efficiency. Clear? So it is indicated by WF for water diverted to the field divided by WR, that call a river or reservoir. R tends to river or reservoir. Multiply 100. So we can easily find out water conveyance efficiency. Clear? So that water conveyance efficiency accounts for the water losses which occurs in conveyance from the point of diversion into the canal to the field. Clear? Means it indicates how much amount of water lost due to conveyance. Clear? So that efficiency is very important to find out losses in particular point. Clear? Otherwise, the where improvement can be made so as to have more efficient irrigation. Clear? So it indicates which point we can improve, then we get maximum irrigation efficiency. Then second one, water application efficiency. So that water application efficiency denoted by eta A. Clear? So eta is equals to the ratio of quantity of water stored in root zone to the quantity of water diverted to the field. So it is indicated by Ws divided by Wr multiply 100. So that water application efficiency accounts for the water loss which occurring during the application of water to the field. Clear? So we have a water at the field. So then we will supply a water to the particular crop. That called application. Clear? So that indicate which point or which method is based for the application. Clear? By the water application efficiency. We can easily say that drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation have a maximum application efficiency. The next one, water use efficiency, that called ETIO. So it is the ratio of quantity of water used beneficially to the quantity of water delivered to the field multiply 100. So we can easily find out that water use efficiency if we have that two value, WU divided by WF into 100. Clear? Next one, water distribution efficiency. So water distribution efficiency indicated by eta D. Clear? So that eta D is equals to 1 minus y upon d multiply 100. Clear? Please remember that that is a very important formula to find out distribution efficiency, and there are one or two examples in our syllabus, and that many times asked by GTU. So what is the y? Average deviation in depth of water stored. And what is the d? Average depth of water stored in the root zone. Clear? So there are lots of depth is given. Then you find out that average. Then find out what is the deviation between average depth to the average depth of water stored. Clear? We can easily understand by the example. Clear? And next, last one, consumptive use of efficiency. So that, and it is indicated by eta C is equals to the ratio of normal consumptive use of water to the net amount of water applied, water depleted from the root zone. Depleted means reduced. So it is WCU divided by WD into 100. So that consumptive use of efficiency accounts for the loss of water by deep percolation and excessive evaporation. Clear? So we can supply a 50 centimeter depth of water to that particular area, and we get efficiency which is a 80%. And after otherwise after in summer season, we get efficiency of consumptive use is equals to 30%. So you can easily understand. So in summer season, the evaporation and percolation is more compared to any other season. Clear? So this is indicate how much evaporate or how much percolate the water. Then assessment of irrigation water. So this is a long definition. Clear? Like we consider one example, that particular Sardar Sarovar Dam is constructed by the government. Clear? So that plan executed on by the Gujarat government and financed by state government as well as central government. So otherwise that's state government do not have money, so they grant or they take a loan from the central government. Clear? So the beneficiary or that benefits in command area obviously. So we get maximum water up near about that particular dam and by the canal. So that's why they that government lay a tax on farmer, otherwise who use that particular source or that who use the irrigation water from canal. So that charge, clear, or that tax, that called assessment of irrigation water. Clear? Simple definition is that. So there are various methods of assessment. We already discussed two methods, that called volumetric and area basis method. Clear? So there are 5 methods of assessment. First one, assessment of area basis or crop rate basis. Second one, volumetric assessment. Third one, assessment on seasonal basis. fourth one composite rate basis, fifth one permanent assessment or betterment levy. So first one we discussed assessment on area basis or crop rate basis. Clear? So that area is measured by that particular jiledar, deputy collector, or that canal officer. Clear? Then apply tax on the area basis. Clear? So that method called assessment on area basis. Clear? Otherwise we can say that crop rate basis. Clear? So that particular area, so in that particular area, the farmer grown a crop like wheat or rice. Clear? So that canal officer know that how much amount of water required to that particular crop. So that takes levy on the basis of that particular crop. So that crop rate basis assessment. Then second one, volumetric. So there are some drawbacks in area basis. So that cultivators near the head get maximum amount of water as compared to tail. Clear? So obviously that farmer who lives near about the dam so get maximum of water compared to who live far end of the dam. Clear? Then second one, since the water charges are not made on the basis of actually quantity of water, so that farmer have a tendency to use maximum amount of water. So the usage of water is more and the water losses is more. The second method that called a volumetric assessment. So what is a volumetric assessment? We already discussed. So we discussed some drawbacks. So that otherwise I will explain what is a volumetric basis. So that irrigation of water, that water assessment on the basis of how much of amount of water used by a farmer. So we can apply some meters, clear, to calculate that particular amount of water. So this will be ideal system, clear, for the irrigation. And there are some drawbacks in volumetric assessment. You know that how we calculate that particular amount of water. So we require meters, clear, to calculate the water. So there are numbers of meters to install at outlet, clear, or the exit point of that canal. Then second drawback, difficult to maintain these meters, clear, that operation cost and maintenance cost is very high, and otherwise that's silt and debris may obstruct the water meter, clear, and that water meter cannot measure a small amount of water, clear. So there are some drawbacks in volumetric assessment. Then assessment on seasonal basis. So this assessment based on the type of crop grown on the particular area during the certain crop season. So this method is not famous in our India. And then fourth one, composite rate basis. So in composite rate basis, the assessment is compound of land revenue as well as tax of water. So that called a composite rate basis. Then last one, permanent assessment or betterment levy. Clear? So that particular farmer used own source for irrigation and do not use that particular canal for irrigation. So at that time, that government levy on tax on farmer that who use own source. So that assessment called permanent assessment or betterment levy. Clear? So there are 5 methods of assessment. Clear? So that question will asked many times by G2 in 7 marks. Clear? So the question is like that. Explain assessment of irrigation water. Clear? The next one, irrigation requirement of crop. So there are 5 types of irrigation. There are 4 types of irrigation requirement of crop. Clear? Consumptive irrigation requirement that called CIR, net irrigation requirement that called NIR, field irrigation requirement that called FIR, and gross irrigation requirement of crop that called GIR. So that irrigation requirement of crop will discuss in next lecture. Clear? Thank you so much for attention.